Right, folks, how are we all? Just want to do a little video that's connected with Liam Payne, but it's about other things as well. I'm just on the way to Syston, right? I've got to pick a Hazel Hurdle up from George Walker. And me and June were talking this morning about Liam Payne and stuff, and how I personally think that the people around him have dumped him. Not dumped him as such, but just not been there for him. Because how I see it is that Liam Payne was put into the starlight, into fame and starlight and all that at the age of 14. Was told to come back later, and that was it really. One Direction began. And people, I did a video about this yesterday, and I've not really commented to a few people. There was one person who's left it, and I've actually pinned it. And he talks of George Orwell and how people are used and created to make money. And then when there's no money left in them, there's no value, they just get left behind. And I personally think this is exactly what's happened to Liam Payne. Now, people have been saying, oh yeah, but he's made millions, you know, he's done this, he's done that, and blah, blah, blah. And that's all very good and well, while you're in the headlines, you're on the stage, everybody wants you. But what happens is that all of a sudden, when One Direction split up, that attention was taken away. It was removed. It's gone. And it's a hard thing to lose when that's all you've known from the age of 16 or so, 16, 17. One Direction have only ever known fame. They've not had a normal life. You've got to remember, half his life was being on stage, attention, people wanting to talk, people wanting a photo. Everything was there like that. And then all of a sudden, it's just gone. It's been taken away from you. Now, when I talk about this little bit of me, I am not classing myself as a superstar, a celebrity, or anything like that. Now, there's a lot of people out there whose ambition is to be a YouTuber, an influencer, and all that. Mine never was. But when my channel was growing and I was doing all kinds of things, it changes you. It actually changes you, right? From being Dave who worked in the plastic factory to being the clown that I was, all of a sudden you have more people watching you. And June used to say, why do you need the admiration? Why do you want to be the centre of attention? Why can't you just be fucking normal? But all I seen it was an extension of what I used to do anyway. And anyway, I used to go out and about, and I used to, like, people would come up and say, you Blue Van Man, can I have my photo taken? Then I was doing things like Jack Mate, and I was going on the kick-off. I was giving Jamie Vardy his Player of the Month award. I was getting fucking brand deals and everything. and it changes you. I was just dropping things. There was one night when Jackmate was doing his giveaway, when he was hiding money, and he was coming through Leicester, and he phoned me up at something like 10 o'clock. Now, this is not a criticism of Jackmate. This is not a criticism of him. I'm not saying anything against him. And he phones up and he says, Dave, I'm in Leicester. Can we do something? I'm doing this. And I went, yeah. And I just dropped everything. I dropped my family and everything just to go and do something with Jack for his channel. And this is what happens with this thing. It takes over your life. And this is what's happened to Leo. And I would say many others who have found fame. It's a funny thing, fame. There's loads of kids out there who are doing it, who want to be this, they want to be that, and it's wrong. There's very, very few people out there who can keep doing what they do forever. Elton John is one person who I know who I don't know personally, but I know of, who has had a career that's lasted as long as his. I mean, sure, you people put down in the comments that you know. People like Clint Eastwood. Whoa, I hope he's seen that fucking Beamer. Yes. Clint Eastwood is another one who kept going, who's doing what he's doing. It's unbelievable that people want to do this shit, and it's just so. Yeah, I mean, like, let's look at Madonna. Right, Madonna was how old when she burst onto the scene with Holiday, Like a Virgin and all that, yeah? But look at her now, look at the fucking state of her. She looks like an alien. She's had her face pulled back that much. She's going to have a pubic hair as a fucking beard before long. She just can't accept growing old. She's always got to be relevant. And this is the problem with a lot of celebrities. They seem to think they can go on forever and doing this, and they can't. And what needs to be happening is that you need to have somebody around you who's what should have happened with One Direction is that somebody should have taken them aside. Somebody a part of fucking Simon Cowell's company or ITV, and they should have been there saying, look, you do realise this isn't going to last forever. Things will change. Somebody will come along and replace you. And there was one person me and Jim were talking about, and we thought if anybody was going to go under with a self-destruct button, it would have been Robbie Williams. But Robbie Williams has fortunately met a lady who's now looking after it. June looks after me. June looks after me no end. Yeah, because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot, and she keeps me on the straight and narrow, and she fucking, you know, you could say I'm under the thumb, but I'm not, but she does fucking put me right. Where the fuck are you going? And it's just there. People just need to be fucking coached and told that this life in the fame blade or whatever it is isn't going to be there forever. It doesn't last forever. You have got to be something special to keep reinventing yourself and doing this shit. And when people start to lose it, they've got to be told that it won't last forever. Somebody should have told him to invest in property. They should have made him invest in such and such, and should have made him into a businessman. I don't know. You know, I mean, I've had this thing where people come onto my channel in the past and now, and they seem to get great delight telling me that my channel is dead. And I'll be the first one to admit it's flatlined. And I'm sure, right, when I started doing this is what I meant to say, until that fucking lorry nearly hit that beamer, is that when I started doing this and Brian and Lawrence pulled my video out and then all of a sudden everything just took off, I wouldn't have thought for one moment they thought my channel was going to get a silver play button. I mean, let's face it, in a way, they were taking the piss. And rightly so, because that's what I was doing. I was taking the piss out of myself as well. But what you've got to be, people, is strong to understand what it's about, this YouTubing, what singing's about, what everything's about. When you're in the public eye, you've got to be ready for it to end. And people do get great pleasure telling me that my channel's flatline. And I get great pleasure saying, wow, so fucking what? I've achieved more in fucking 5 years than some have achieved in 25 years, or however long it is that YouTube's been going. And that's what should have happened with Liam Page. Somebody should have took him to a side and say, Liam, you've achieved more in 15 years of your life than some will achieve in 55 years of their life. When they do these entertainment shows, which I've gone off now, I used to quite like watching them, but there is no, it's like the Caroline Flack thing. What happened to Caroline Flack was shocking. There was no support for her, anything there. Yeah, because she weren't making them big money. Yeah, Ant and Dec, when Ant stuffed his car into other cars and stuff, they were there for him. Because he was still going to make them money. They were going to gamble on him. Oh, bloody hell, where's that fucking thing? Oh, it's here. Making money. So, anyway, folks, I've rolled up at George Walker's, established in 1814, timber supplies. And I'll get you laters.